The sky turns gray against a fiery display of red and golden hues, like the day I fell for you. So what will you do when the sun begins to fall?
Welcome back, yo. Welcome back, yo. It's been a couple of days since we did the last Higurashi When They Cry. I believe last time, if I'm not mistaken, my thumbnail was something like they seem nice, because I was told a lot of stuff. People told me a lot of stuff. A lot of my friends told me a lot of stuff and about this game and the anime also. But I didn't really want to believe. I just wanted to see for myself. And so far, so good. I mean, everybody looks wholesome. I can't really, it doesn't look that bad. So I'm thinking maybe a serial killer may get let loose or something like that, or I don't know. But so far, so good. All right, let's continue. I took it a little too easy on the morning of my day off. I was totally late. The day was the day Rena and Mion were going to show me around Hinamizawa. Rena and Mion were already waiting at the meeting place. Hey-chan, you're late. Sorry, the show I was watching last night was really interesting. Blame that. Oh? So that's your excuse for being late and keeping two girls waiting? Me-chan, you just got here yourself. Last night's episode of A Day in the Life of was interesting, wasn't it? He was just as guilty as me. Rena was carrying a pretty heavy-looking bag. What is that? Mion answered my unspoken question with a wink. That's right, Rena really did make a picnic. Kei-chan, after you left, Rena poured out all the stops. It's not like I forced her to do it. This guy's an asshole. It was nothing, so don't worry about it, okay? She's been like this since last night, You take responsibility for this? All right. I am a man after all. I'll take responsibility. Responsibility? For what? As we both turned around slowly to look at Rena, our gazes drift downwards to the massive handbag she was carrying. It didn't seem logically feasible that it would be entirely filled with lunch boxes. Except this was Rena we were talking about here. About 2 kilos, I guess. When Rena was picking it up, I can see she was struggling a bit. I'll say 5. You're exaggerating. Keiichi-kun is a boy after all. I thought he could probably eat a lot, so I made a lot, okay? Let's get going. Eve ho. Just from the way she was lifting it up, I couldn't believe the only things in there were lunch boxes. Correction, I say 5 kilos too. I'll help out, but all of it needs to be eaten. I won't forgive you if you make Rena sad, got it? The only thing I can do at the moment was exercise a bit to make myself hungrier. Yo, I've been in that position before. Having finished with the pleasantries, we began our leisurely stroll. A carefree walk bathed in a gentle morning sunlight. I couldn't have even imagined something so wholesome existed during my time in the city. These were the boonies after all. No slovenly desk jockeys trudging to work on the weekends out here. It really was a nice place, peaceful and quiet. I think everybody should find a place like this, honestly. A place where you can just find your peace at without, outside noises and stuff like that. Oh yeah, and I got Yasha with me, as y'all can see. You know, so say hi. As sparsely populated as the village was, you can still run into people just by walking around. Ah, good day. Good day. Or you would be Maybara-kun, I believe. My two companions exchanged greetings with everybody we ran across. All of these passersby even knew my name. When did I become so famous? We passed 3 people, and when all three of them knew me, I started to feel a bit paranoid. Oh, what's this? Oh, okay, text log, got you. It's a bit sad to say. Everyone knows everyone since there are so few people here in Hinamizawa. So that means when an unfamiliar face walks by, they automatically assume it's that Maybara fellow who just moved here. Yeah, that's how it works out. It was a process of elimination you can only pull off in a place like this, but it was quite effective. From now on, I better make sure to maintain a good reputation. The day I'm discovered accidentally gawking at a dirty magazine in a bookstore, I can expect all the villagers label me as a lech by the next day. Hinamizawa is not to be trifled with. Hinamizawa is not to be trifled with. Yo, some part of me when I was young wanted to grow up in one of them towns. I grew up in a city, so some part of me when I was young wanted to grow up in them towns where everyone knew everyone. You know, I don't know. That's not the end of this nightmare. Of course I know them. The first person we met was old man, Takezo from the Makino bike shop. His hobbies are bonsai and playing the flute. Next, we met the grocer, second son, Daisuke. His hobbies are sharpshooting and he hopes to be an ace sniper in the future. I'm not gonna say that. Maybe that's an American thing, I don't know. And the person we just met was Miyo-san, the nurse from the clinic. Her hobbies are bird watching and photography. You know the names of everyone we passed by and even their profiles? Seeing my surprise, Mion and Rena exchanged looks and burst into laughter. Well, yeah. We're not like the city where people hardly know their neighbors. Then let's try it out. You there, who am I? You're Keiichi-kun, Maybara. You say some mean things, but you're actually a kind side person. It's been 3 weeks since you transferred here. Your hobbies are taking afternoon naps. Lately, you switched over to wearing boxers, didn't you? That's enough, that's enough. Boxers? Enough of that. Apparently, there's absolutely nothing you can keep hidden here. Hinamizawa was not a place to be trifled with. Yeah, that's a little creepy, man. You get in trouble for stuff like that in America. This feels more like you guys are showing me off rather than showing me around. That's right. We're parading around like this after all. Don't you all think so? Don't you all think so too? That Keichon is fitting right in here in Hinamizawa? The population in Hinamizawa is shrinking, so the villagers welcome anybody who's new here. I thought about brushing it off with something to the effect, "You're kidding me," but I held back. Had I ever greeted someone who just moved into the city like this before? Thinking about that made me believe what they said wasn't a joke at all. We passed another person. Of course we were called out to again the same way. Oh my, good day. It's wonderful seeing you getting along. This lady here is Fujishima-san. Good day. Oh my, Maybara-kun. How wonderful for you having a lovely girl on each arm. How are you? Getting used to life here? Instead of regurgitating a prepared response like I would have in the city, I responded with an empathetic nod. The old woman chuckled, voicing her appreciation of how energetic I was. Good. As I looked back over to Rena and Mion, they gave me a wink. So now then, about time to have lunch maybe? Maybe? Rena's brilliant smile signaled the approach of an event that both Mion and I were trying to forget. We both looked at each other. I'm a man. I'll do what I can. But it's just too much. It's fine, Kei-chan. Leave it to this old man. Mion has never seemed as reliable as she does right now. I expect no less from the class representative. Rena, if we're gonna eat, we might as well go somewhere with a good view. Oh, yes. Good idea, I agree. Rena nodded her head happily in response to Mion's proposal. I don't know if I can take out 5 lunch boxes, man. Maybe 2. Maybe I got 2 in me. Crossing the top of the stone stairway, a shrine drawn straight out of my imagination appeared before us. It had worn down a bit through the years, but the fallen leaves had been swept up, giving it a tidy feeling. This here is the Furude Shrine. It's probably the place with the best view around. This place, be sure to remember it. On our next break, a festival will be held here. Isn't it a bit too early in the season for a festival? The Watanagashi isn't a summer festival. Long ago, it used to be a celebration of the end of winter. I was embarrassed for assuming that the festivals had to be held in the summer. Now then, spread out the lunchboxes in there. Various colors lunchboxes were placed one after the other on top of the plastic sheet. It sure did smell delicious. It was Rena's home cooking. It went without saying that it would be delicious. But is it even possible to finish all of this? Hey Mion, it'll take more than just a good view to get this all down, you know. Okay, I see. Good afternoon. It was Rika-chan and Satoko. Why are they here? Mion grinned over at me. I see. This was her secret plan to power in numbers. You have my thanks, Mion. Following up with all the pieces are in the place is my specialty. We just had to come here since there was such a commotion. What is the meaning of this? Take a look. It's time for lunch, buffet style. Handmade gourmet meal by Rena. I didn't see that much. Why have you laid out a tarp on our property? The temple is public grounds. It's not yours. Keiichi is right. This is everyone's property. Wow, Rika-chan is such a good girl. Have a seat. Eat with us. After opening up a spot for Rika-chan, I promptly turned my back on Satoko. Hold on one second. It's my spot. No spot for you and nothing for you to eat. Don't worry, there's some for you too. Now I'll eat all of hers. None. I'll eat all of hers. I will not allow that, Rika. Here, chopsticks. Both Satoko and I leapt at the boxes, having it out with each other. Man, really? Kei-chan, you're really good at leading people on. You might have a talent for this. Have a plate. One for me-chan and Rika-chan too. Rena ripped out pairs of chopsticks and paper plates. If we don't hurry, it'll all be eaten up. That's right, okay? Shall we commence this battle? Please eat lots. That's enough for everyone. Rena said as she opened up a thermos. Just then I realized that this lunch was made under the assumption that 5 people would be eating. It didn't change how much there was, but the implications behind it was different. I would not, what the fuck? I would not allow you to have this hamburger. Using your elbows against the rules, Satoko. Grabbing the back of my collar is also against the rules. It was a tough battle, blocking her with full momentum and an elbow in the opening move. Satoko appeared to have the upper hand, but the difference in our proficiency with chopsticks proved to be fatal. It gave me the upper hand. The last meatball. Satoko Haju has been best. Nam. Satoko and I amicably began choking at the same time, falling backwards and spasming. Rika-chan patted me on the head to clear, even though it was actually stuck in my stomach. Saying that made Rena blush and breathe heavily in excitement. It was almost like flowers were floating all around her. Mion advised Rena to refrain from saying anything that could get her locked up. This is how our meals usually go. I do anything in my power just so things can stay like this. The intense battle calmed, and finally everyone reached a point where they could begin talking. Receiving tea from the thermos, I let out a small sigh. I do wonder why there are so few words in Japanese to praise how something tastes. Isn't it because the idea of togetherness during the meal didn't begin until the modern era? It seems that long ago people ate in silence. Must have made the people preparing the food a bit sad, don't you think? It's probably because back then the people were busy even while eating and didn't have the time to complement the flavor. That's just you. But you know, just hearing that it's good makes me happy. That my effort was worth it, I mean. She blushed a little as she said that. It was delicious. With absolute perfect timing, Rika-chan struck Rena directly with praise. She looked straight at her with an expression of bewitching innocence. After Rena uttered an intelligible noise, a ring of smoke rose from her head with an audible poof. Rika-chan, I'm gonna take you home. No, I mean, thank you. It was really delicious. Rena flushed with red excitement, embracing Rika-chan and rubbing her cheek against her so hard you can almost hear it. Damn! To reward Rika-chan for her praise, ta-da! These are special. 2 apple rabbits. After sticking toothpicks into them, she thrust them towards Rika-chan. After Rika-chan accepted them, the move suddenly shifted in a bizarre way. Oh shit. What is a Satoko? What's with that defiant look? Has everyone prepared proper praise to receive apples from Rena-san? Don't push yourself. What kind of praise can you think of with your weak vocab? Oh, well then. Allow me to show you. After Satoko flashed Mion and me a defiant look, she changed the tone of her voice suddenly. Hey. So, Rena Ani-chan, lunch? Satoko daughter was yummy too. Satoko looked up at her proudly while talking cutesy. What? How was that praise? That's not even persuasion by tears. That's persuasion by cuteness, isn't it? This is Rena limited special skill. She blushed and her head spun, waving around in circles. Don't fall for it, Rena. Oh, of course that was the action for the impossible. Rena glumped Satoko and began rubbing her cheek against hers. Cute. Satoko is so cute. Take you home. Hi-yo. Swish. Stab. Push. Where the stab come from? Satoko also was presented with apple rabbits. After stuffing them into her mouth, she looked over at Mion and me again with a defiant gaze. It only took 5 seconds to take down Rena. That's unfair. You think she has such a trick? If it upsets you so much, why not reward Rena-san with some praise? Damn it. That was a dirty trick. First of all, that wasn't even praise. Satoko, you think you won with that, don't you? How about I show you guys something much better than your superficial gimmicks? That sounds great, Neon. What kind of trick is it? K-chan is going to be the one who does it. What? Why don't I show you? Why don't you show me then? The writhing of an old maid. The plan of attack suggested was wicked, but it was the only thing we had to beat Satoko. After sipping my tea, I started talking very naturally and calmly. Perfectly. It really is good, isn't it? This is all freshly made, right? No. Actually, most of it's almost all of it was frozen stuff. Then which ones did you make fresh? I gotta put my sexy voice on. Hold up. Well, it's embarrassing. Do I really have to say, must I? For the synergy of boy plus handmade lunchboxes, her expressions have melted into euphoria. I already know. This one, right? When it turned even a deeper shade of red, the words "I can't believe it" practically written on her face. How can you tell? How? That I made it? Of course, Mion had told me beforehand. It's been perfect so far. After acting like I was shy, I waited a beat. Next would be the finisher. It had just smelled. Silence enveloped the area. Rena's face, still completely red, froze silent. With a small yelp, Satoko also blushed. Of course I did too. I sure would like to try one of Rena's handmade apple rabbits. Or something. Oh, shit. This was all because I was competing against Satoko. I felt like I had crossed the line by a good 9 yards, I think. Then at that moment, the fuck? It was a Tupperware container filled with rabbits. Please eat some Keiichi-kun. There's plenty for you. Instantly, dozens of apples were served into my mouth, knocking me over. Okay, say, Keiichi-kun. My head was forcibly laid upon her lap. Even more apples were served into my mouth. While she was squealing, one apple after another was forced into my mouth. More and more apples. What the hell? Oh, okay. How about them apples, Satoko? Looks like we win. Keiichi-chan, that was a beautiful sacrifice. How's that, Satoko? This is our complete victory, isn't it? I can't believe it. Such trickery. It doesn't bother me at all. Satoko grinded her teeth, mortified. We did it. I claim victory as my consciousness drifts slowly away from me. At that time, Rena stopped her squealing as she suddenly realized something. Rika-chan, you're not eating. Did the salt water make it too strong, maybe? Maybe? Looking over, Rika-chan had poured the toothpick out of the apple rabbits, placed it into her cup hands, and seemed to be at a loss for what to do. Poor Mr. Rabbit. I feel sorry for him. I want to save him. That was the sound of blood spurting from Rena's nose. Yeah, tonight I will take you home. She shook sporadically, her head wobbling back and forth. Then coming back to her senses, she took all the apples around me, gathered them up with her whip, and fixed them back up on the plate. Now then, they are just fine, okay? Here, I'll give them to you, Rika-chan. Okay? Rika-chan raised up Satoko's hands like a referee after having that plate of rabbits served to her. She whispered, "This is our victory." Oh shit, okay. Oh, what? A comeback? Hey, I just don't care anymore. Thus my sacrifice ended up being in vain. We almost did it. We almost beat Satoko. But Rika-chan came back with the clutch 3-point shot. It was a fun-filled, crazy day. But as soon as the sun began to set, the end of the day really did come quickly. Later, Rena and K-chan, see you tomorrow. Thanks for the day, Mion. I had a great time. See you tomorrow. Satoko and Rika-chan went home as well. We parted ways with Mion and it ended with just Rena and myself enjoying the evening air on our way home. Thanks for coming today, Keiichi-kun. Was it fun? Yeah, lots of fun. I almost feel like a waste to go home now. Then, well, would you mind taking a little detour? Maybe? A detour? Is it far? It's a bit of a walk, but it won't take long. Since we had been walking around all day, I must have seemed a bit tired. Not feeling like teasing Rena, I quietly nodded. Wait a minute. What type of detour are you talking about? See, it's always them little quiet, cute ones, man. You gotta watch out for them. Gotta watch out. And see, look, she taking us farther away from civilization too. Traversing a small path and up a small hill, the land suddenly stretched out before us. There, what looked like the remains of a dilapidated construction site came into view. Excuse me. A large heap of garbage spread out towards the swamp. Probably illegal dumping. I recalled it being in the newspaper. Oof. It's been quite a while. I wonder what's here. When you say it's been a while, you mean the business you had here was with this garbage pile? It's not garbage. To me, it's a pile of treasure. Rena had already entered that well-known cute mode of hers. So that meant there was something cute here. Whoa, a new pile. I can't wait. She bounded up the unstable slope. I expect no less from a born and bred country girl. Hey, wait, I'm coming. My city-raised self was completely pitiful. It's all right, just stay right there, Keiichi-kun. It won't take long. Rena kindly declined my accompaniment. Accompaniment. Don't fall. Watch your step. I'm fine. This is nothing at all. Literally bounding up the heap of trash, Rena disappeared over the other side. I didn't like being left behind, but I was still pretty tired from the whole day, so I just ended up waiting. Without the lively Rena around, the surrounding area quickly fell into silence. The cry of Higurashi gently cooled the air. Fairly exhausted, I began to feel a little sleepy. Just then, the sudden noise of scattering pebbles alerted me to somebody's presence. Startled, I turned around. What the fuck? Standing there was a typical looking photographer. That is not a typical looking photographer. Stop it. He spied over at me through his camera. His body was tan and fit, but something about him seemed unreliable. He had a bit of an aloof air about him. Well, it didn't seem like he was a bad guy in any case. Whoa, you surprised me. Although startled when I turned around, he overplayed his reaction. That was my line. I'm the one who's surprised here. My bad. I didn't mean to startle you. Are you from Hinamizawa? I gathered that he wasn't from that question. Unfazed by my suspicious outlook, he introduced himself without my prompting. I'm Tomitake, freelance photographer. I come to Hinamizawa from time to time. I didn't ask who you were. Yo, what? This nigga's savage. Probably rude to photograph someone without consent, one would think. My bad, my bad. I mainly photograph wild birds. They can't refuse, you see. So what, you're saying I'm the same as birds? No, well, you see, that image of a young man in the twilight was just picturesque. I apologize for trying to take your picture without asking. Adults are pretty slick. All that annoyance I felt for being startled just flew away as he buttered me up. I had no intention of hanging around this guy trying to get cozy with me, except it didn't seem like Rena would be back soon. But this older guy told me, Take, son, he didn't mind my cautious responses and continued rambling on about himself. Keiichi-kun, sorry to keep you waiting. I'm finished now. Rena popped her head out from one of the lower piles of garbage and raised her hand. You have someone with you? Oh, you have someone with you? What would she be doing over there? That's what I wanted to know. Don't know. Maybe she's checking on... don't know. Maybe she's checking on that dismembered corpse that was out here long ago. Homie Take-san looked shaken up by that for a moment. I responded like I would if I was talking with Rena and the others. It was quite a disturbing incident. They still haven't found one of the arms. Hey, Chi-kun, sorry to keep you waiting. You were waiting a while, I guess. I best leave you two lovebirds alone. Again, my apologies for startling you, Keiichi-kun. Homie Take-san charted suggestively, then disappeared into the twilight. Missing my chance to retort put me off a bit. Keiichi-kun, are you angry? Why, I wonder. It wasn't Rena's fault, so I decided just to brush it off for now. How was it? How was it finding a treasure trove? Oh, yes. So listen. You see, there was a Colonel Sanders doll. A Colonel Sanders doll? Oh, that thing? Those statues they always have out in front of that fried chicken place, that life-size dummy? Yes, Colonel Sanders. Oh, cute. I want to take it home. I couldn't tell how she decides what's cute or not, but well, she seems to want it. It's garbage, right? No one would care if you just take it home, right? I mean, that thing is probably like freaking huge, right? It's become the base of another pile. I can't dig it up. I can't dig it out easily. There's no lamppost over there, so it'll get dark pretty soon. Rena seemed quite down by finding a treasure and not being able to bring it back. I'll help you out to prepare you for the delicious picnic you prepared today. Oh, thank you. Birds headed home to roost proclaimed that nightfall would soon be upon us. Keiichi-kun is going to help. I can take Colonel Sanders home. Rena staggered along as if intoxicated in her dreamy state of mind. I tried asking her in a way that wouldn't take her out of her cheery state. Hey Rena, long ago, did something happen here? Seems like they were building a dam here. I don't know the details though. Hi-yo. Just wondering if you knew about, accident or something? Uh-oh. I don't know. Her tone was disturbingly frank. It sounded more like a denial than an answer. I must have appeared rather dumbstruck. Renna quickly lightened her expression. Actually, I didn't live here until a year ago. Huh? You transferred here too? I was sure that. So you see, I don't really know much from before that. Sorry. Don't really know. Don't really know. Don't want to talk about it. That was the kind of feeling she gave me. Thinking about it, of course, it would be like that. This wasn't the type of thing girls would enjoy talking about. It was quite a disturbing incident. It seems they haven't been able to find one of the arms. It's just like, oh, okay, that was her talking. It was just like Tomitake-san said. And I had a feeling only Higurashi would know. Higurashi. I keep saying Higurashi. Higurashi. You'll reach new tips. The Mibara Manson, the damn site murder / dismemberment newspaper. Oh, we got some new tips. Let's go with the Mibara Manor. Okay, Chan, you're not stinking rich. What is this all of a sudden? Did I come to school in a limo before? How much do you get for a monthly allowance? About $10? God damn. That can't even get you a meal at McDonald's. My, that's a rather plebeian amount. His lunch is made up of normal stuff. He isn't rich. What are they talking about? To be asked out of nowhere how much I get and then told that it's a plebeian amount. Sorry. Renna seems to pick up on my dubious expression and started giggling. Hey, on your house, it's pretty big, yeah? So the architecture has people all around Hanamizawa calling it the Mibara Manor, and it sort of stands out. But Mibara Manor? Since the house is so big, everybody is gossiping and wondering exactly how rich you are. Ah, I see. Now I get it. Well, the frame of it is huge. I see it could cause some misunderstanding. From my deduction, I would raise it they spent too much money on building the house, and that is why they are now broke. Being broke, how very, very unfortunate. Rika-chan took pity on me as he patted my head. I go from being treated like a millionaire to a beggar. Yeah, sorry for ruining your imagination, but we aren't millionaires or poor. We're the image of a normal, average household. You can't call it normal with that huge house. The entranceway is all grand, and the gate is large enough for a large truck to get through. That's not normal at all. They do say the bigger your house, the more prosperous you are. The reason the house is so big is because Dad's studio is in it too. There are a bunch of different workshops, and a lot of his works are hung up in different places. All of them are huge too. For those reasons, the family actually uses only a third of the house for day-to-day living. He planned it out so people and cars could come in to see the gallery he opens up in the house someday. By the way, the entranceway Mion is talking about is one for the studio. It's normally sealed off. The entranceway the Mibara family actually uses is a very plain and simple one. The interior is much different from how it looks on the outside. I really like a chance to explore Kei-chan's house. Claiming not to be rich but having a home like that, what could be hidden there? Maybe there's something cute hidden. They probably had no money to purchase furniture, so it's filled with Spartan rooms. If there are carpeted rooms, I would love to try rolling around on the floor. That would be great. So great. I want to roll around too. Seems like their imaginations were just piling on. Well, sometime in the near future, it wouldn't be too bad to invite them all to my house. Dad is a sucker for the ladies, so he might even let them look around his studio. The crowd of Higurashi crescendoed as the sky towered over everything. It was hot, but the air was clear. It smelled like the beginning of summer. My man got a huge manner. All right, and let's see. We're gonna go for the damn site murder dismemberment. Newspaper edition. On the June blank 1979 edition, the Sisibone City, Okinomiya Police Station, June blank late at night. Suspects blank 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 were arrested on suspicion of murder, improper disposal of a corpse. The main offender blank has been added to the wanted list nationwide. According to our sources, the 6 suspects were at the Hinamizawa Dam construction site working on the blank at 9 p.m. where they are suspected to have assaulted and murdered the site overseer blank as a group, dismembering his body and hiding it. The fuck? On the blank at 8 o'clock in the morning, a report was filled by Sisibone City. I'm gonna just say Sisibone City Hospital, in which a male suspect alluded to having murdered Mr. Blank. When questioned at the police station, the individual confessed to the crime. Since a portion of the body was recovered at the location he gave, he was arrested that afternoon on suspicion of murder and mutilation of a corpse. The rest of the suspects were arrested the same day, but the main culprit is still at large. Police are currently on his trail. The motive is purported to be a drunken verbal dispute during which he killed the victim in a fit of anger. However, as there are multiple inconsistencies with their testimonies, the investigation is ongoing. That's weird. But, yeah, okay. That is weird. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. So I'm going with the serial killer thing because they haven't found him. So it could be a serial killer that people are afraid to talk about, or like, I don't know, some Candyman type stuff. They're afraid to talk about him. I was suspecting something else, especially from like their opening monologue when it seemed like he was hitting a girl. From the text, it seemed like he was hitting a girl. So I don't know. Maybe the guy has an ability to make people go crazy or something like that. I don't know. But that's gonna be the video. So far so good. Everyone still seems nice. The only hiccup was Renna, when asked about the dismemberment of the guy. She kind of, I don't know, felt like she kind of drew a blank a little bit. But other than that, everything seems solid. And I don't know. But like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bells, and man, stop watching my videos without subscribing. Become a delinquent. You know you're a delinquent at heart, man, okay? Become a delinquent. We got plenty of content coming out. I'm about to outwork the hardest worker. So we got plenty of content coming out. Become a delinquent. Jump on this train, okay? All right, man. Anything other than that? Nah, I'm good.
You doing swell now, hope your family well now. We still believe in Ronnie gon' make his way out of jail now. My little bro tripping too, but this time he ain't making bail now. 18 doing 20, that math straight out of hell now. Sorry for all the small talk. It's the only weapon I got for this depression I got.